this part, we're gonna make his hands, which is very similar to what we've done in part 5. So we're gonna make brick stitches, we're gonna insert through specific loops, and that's it, pretty much. So let's begin. So we're gonna start with his right hand. So from his point of view, this is his right hand, this is the left hand. It uses 9 brick stitches. So we start from here, we make one brick. It's going to be a right hand brick stitch. It's very important. So we do the stitch, insert through loops, and then you go in this direction, 9 stitches, and then we cut the strings and glue the stitch. So we start with 3 new strings, 1 long, 2 short. The long string will be 120 centimeters long, which is about 4 feet. 2 shorts will be 90 centimeters, which is 1 yard. So make a right hand brick. So there are many options to do it, and I'm just gonna stick with one. So I'm gonna find the center of these 3 strings. And again, I'm just doing something that is convenient on my side, easier for me to do, but do it however you like to do. Make sure the long string, this is the longest of the 2 shorts, make sure the long string will be on top of the 2 shorts. Okay, that's the first thing that is important. So 2 shorts underneath 1 long string. Of course, I'm gonna hold the intersection of 3 strings with my thumb, so you won't be able to see it from now. But believe me, the 2 shorts will be underneath 1 long. Okay. Now, second thing that is very important is that you need to make a right hand brick stitch. So your first, if an up string must go on the right side, and that's going to be a right hand stitch. So up string will be on the right side, down string going to be on the left side. Okay, so that's very important. Very important. Okay, so next, because this one is on the right, points down, and this one is on the left, points up, we pick the left side. Okay, so the string that points away from you is on the left, so we're going to continue with the left side. And because this is the farthest from me, you're going to take this string and I'm just going to weave. And then we're just going to alternate, take this one, and a weave. That will be our first closing, so we make the box. Okay, and then again alternating from left to right. So now this guy is the next. Okay, this gonna, you want to make sure it's not gonna fall again. So this string is in between this one and this one, and finally the last string in between these 2 loops here. Okay, so you can do it whatever you like, however you want to do it. That's not that important. And here you got the brick stitch. Next, we're going to insert 2 of the short strings from a brick stitch for 2 loops on this side. So we count from the cheek. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to insert the 2 short strings for the 6th loop and the 4th loop. I'm gonna take the 2 left short strings. Okay, so these 2. The middle one, this one, will be inserted through the 4th, and the bottom one will be inserted through the 6th, this one. So I'm going to take first the bottom one, going to insert through the 6th, so let's try to make sure you see everything at the same time. So try to do it. Okay, getting inside. And then I'm just gonna pull it here. Okay, so you see, next we're gonna take the middle one, inserting through the fourth, so this one, gonna insert through the fourth, this guy. Okay, finally gonna pull the strings, and here you got your first stitch that is attached. So next I'm gonna make a few more stitches. So I'm gonna make now a couple of stitches, break stitches. So first one will be quite hard to manage. Like not that hard, but you know, kind of. Excuse me if you can't really see what's going on. It's just that's how it's gonna look like. Okay, so the second stitch, to be easier right now, like from now on, to see. So always make sure that your stitch looks nice. You never know. So for example, in this on here, see this a little bit is bent. So what you can do is to try to fix it, just pulling it here upward. And then, yeah, pull the string. Okay, so that's that. Just fixing always, make sure your stitch looks nice. And yeah, next, make one more stitch, and then we will check out. So after finishing the third stitch, I'm gonna insert this middle string through the closest loop, which is this one. So you can count from the cheek, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can open it up first, and then take the middle string and insert. Always make sure the shoulder strings are sharpened, so it'll be easier for you. Make sure it's straight. And yeah, next make the fourth stitch. So you can see that first of all, the stitch now is pointing here, and once we're gonna do that and find more stitches, it's gonna point in this direction here. Because we doing this inserting for loops, that's why it's gonna change direction. So again, just making brick stitches, and there's no 90-degree here, no 90-degree stitch. Okay, so don't be. It's all about inserting through the loops, like we did with legs. So after making the fourth stitch, I think you're gonna need to make one more stitch and then doing the same thing. So yeah, let's make another stitch. So we finish 5 stitches, and we make 9 stitches overall. So another 4 stitches we need to do. And within the 4 stitches we're gonna do, we need to make sure it will look like pretty much this guy. So I'm right now not really sure what will happen, but yeah, let's see. So let's just put one last time and check a stitch. Every time you need to check the stitch if it looks good on all directions, all sides. And yeah, next we're gonna insert again this middle string, but now we're gonna insert it through let's show you, through this loop. So we can count again 1, 2, 3, and then the loop that we inserted, and then 5. So this loop here, we can count again from the cheek 1, and then skip here, and 2, and skip here, and 3. Anyway, just the diagonal loop from where we started. I hope this was, yeah, we just open the loop, and then take a middle string, and inserting it. Let me know if you got confused here. So I'll say the same thing again, just to make sure that you got it right, which loop to insert. So on the 5th stitch, I'm inserting, so again, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches, inserted the middle stitch, the middle string through this loop, which you can take from this cheek. We count 1, 2, 3, 4 that we already used, then 5. Okay. And as you can guess, we'll make another stitch. Just again, make sure you pull the strings, and we continue. Okay, yeah, so And as you can guess, I'm gonna make one regular stitch. Again, just make sure that everything looks right before you make your stitch. Okay. So that's the 7th stitch, I think. After that, I'm gonna insert again through a loop. Next, I'm gonna insert one last time for a loop, which will be this loop here. So you can count from a cheek, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So take your middle string, insert it. Okay. And now make another 2 stitches. So you can try to move it a little bit. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, another 2 stitches. You can also again try to push it and like, press it and then pull the string that you attached, middle string. That is, I think, will look better that way. Checking, and yeah, make your, I think we did 8 stitches, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So all that's left is make one more stitch. And yeah, that's will be it for hand number 1. Yeah, that's it, I think. So look how this thing looks. Kind of bend. You can bend here more. But yeah, this is the idea. can always, what's good about a hand is you can always cut it and redo the hand, because it doesn't, you don't need to make the entire Pikachu from start if you want to fix the hand. But yeah, I'm I think gonna cut the strings and glue the stitch right now, because that's it, I think. So we cut the strings. And you want to push the endings with your thumbs, like what I'm doing right now. And once you've done that, you want to glue a stitch. Yeah, looks okay. So next we're gonna make his left hand, which we start from here, a right hand stitch, and we make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 brick stitches. So I have here my 3 new strings, just the same as before. So the long string will be 120 centimeters long, which is 4 feet. These two will be 80 centimeters long, which is 90 centimeters long, which is 1 yard. Find the center and make a right hand brick stitch. So these two are here, finding here, and also with this long string. Okay, so once you find the center of the strings, I'm gonna put the long string on top of the 2 short strings, and now I'm gonna place my thumb so you won't be able to see next who is over, who is under. So one last time, the long string is on top. And next we're gonna make a right hand stitch. So the up string will be on the right, because you want to make a right hand stitch, so the up string is on the right, the down string is on the left. And because the down string is on the left, we're gonna continue with the left side. So take the farthest from me, this one. As you can see, I'm gonna take that, do here. The same as before. Okay, so next one is this string. And once you make a stitch, now make sure the stitch faces as shown here, and we're going to insert the 2 short left strings here for the 4th and the 6th loops from the cheek. So we count from the cheek 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to open these 6th and 4th loops, and I'm going to start with this string that is the downed one. I'm going to insert it for the 6th loop, so finding this ending, don't hurry, you're gonna see everything in a moment. Okay, after that I'm gonna show you. So okay, see, it's a little bit more clear what I'm doing. Pull it again. Here you have it. Now the up one will be inserted through the fourth, this one. It'll be easier. Okay. So, see, everything is straight, no bendings. And I'm gonna make a few stitches. Again, break stitches. And as you can see, once we're done the stitch, we hide the ugly part of the stitch. So we see this is a nice part, and right inside here, this is the ugly parts. We can't see it anymore. See this guy. This is something that we don't want to see here. So we covered this uglier part, basically. And just make sure the stitch looks nice again. And yeah. Let's make another stitch. And yeah, once we make sure the stitch looks okay, I'm gonna continue with one more stitch. So next I'm gonna make one more stitch, and then I'm gonna insert through one of the loops. Now I'm gonna insert through the fifth, I think. So if we count from the cheek, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so through this loop, I'm gonna insert this middle string. Okay, so you want to open it, do it carefully, don't want to cut the stitch or the loop. Doesn't work sometimes. Try it again. Okay, now it works. So sometimes you just need to do it a couple of times till you reach. Okay, let's just show you the string I inserted. Do it slowly. Okay. So again, through the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's make one more stitch or two. Yeah, make 2 more stitches. One more. Okay, and next we're gonna insert through this loop here. So that diagonal one. So again, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here, I'm gonna insert the middle string. This guy. Again, it won't work at the first try again because these things can take time. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the string and show you what we've got. got twisted. So make sure it's straight. So if it got twisted, you just need to fold it. And this is kind of a pain of a neck, but you see, just putting with a string. And again, the middle string was inserted through the 6th loop. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 that we already inserted a string, and then the 6th. That will be the last loop what we're gonna insert. So I'm just gonna make a few more stitches. So we've done already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So another 3 stitches. Okay. Two more, I think. No! Excuse me. And yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one more stitch and that will be it. Yeah, after that, you know what will happen. So we've done the entire thing, I think, as far I can see, as you can see. And yeah, that looks pretty similar. And gonna cut the strings and then glue the stitch. So let's do it. Cutting the strings. I'll push my strings with my thumbs. Just and gluing the stitch. And I think that's what's all necessary for this part. You see multiple times what I've got, and let's just show you how it's compared. You can see it's pretty much the same. So see you next time.